Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. They always make the most spectacular trouble for me. With a grieved sigh, Ness listens to the report of the damage caused by the explosion. Demonbane is at the epicenter of the destruction, still on the ground. But despite the enormity of the blast, it doesn't appear to have suffered major damage. As tough as ever. Since the battle between Demonbane and the Cloud Giant, the abnormal weather phenomenon has dissipated. The whereabouts of the giant himself are unknown. Where can something that huge be hiding? Well, no matter. Looks like this one's out of our hands too. Ness mutters, watching the Haddo group's private militia gather around Demonbane. They seem to be in a frenzy over something, but the police aren't privy to the details. Ugh, just what happened to the authority of the police force? We never had any to begin with, Haddo or no Haddo. But anyway, I'm happy to deal with them, to let them deal with all these problems. Inspector! Ruri's scream echoes from out the cockpit. Mr. Deushu's been abducted? Yes. Cthugha takes those sacrificed to it beyond the sky to many different worlds. My fragment appears to be duplicating that behaviour. Why are you so calm about it? I'm searching for his presence even as we speak. Give me more peace and quiet. Mr. Ruri, we're ready to begin retrieving Demonbane. I have also dispatched a team to search for Mr. Deushu. It looks like the repairs will be faster than expected. But it's strange. I thought the design was perfect. It shouldn't have been possible for it to go berserk like that. Good work. I know it'll be difficult, but please try to work as quickly as possible. Mr. Deushu's life is at stake. Ah, that Kurou. He's always causing more trouble. Say, he was caught by At-l-nacha before too, wasn't he? Maybe there's something about him that attracts monsters. Why, what is he, Xander? Points to anyone who gets that reference, by the way. We have the original monster right here, though. Quiet! They're distracting me. I'm fine with you being a monster, my cutie owl. I am not your cutie, and don't pant like that! Don't get lost in such horrifying fantasies. Still, attracting monsters. Huh. Right, so I had to trim a teensy tiny bit out there to the point where I'm not even going to bother, filming an audio bit to tell you what was in it, because it was basically just a tiny flashback to a previous scene I had to cut out, the one with him pinned on the ground by At-l-nacha, where the comment was, it can't be happening. No, surely that's silly because that can't be happening again. Then we have the line, it was happening again, so I'm not sure if I'm about to have to cut some more stuff. We'll see. I back away, preparing myself for battle. Not that I can do anything with that major style. Anxiety stiffens my body, just a few steps away from despair. I feel a cold sweat breaking out of my forehead. Cthugha. Standing before me is Cthugha, who had previously taken the forms of a giant cloud and an ice dragon. The aura is the same, so it must be Cthugha. Why do I need to double check, you ask? Well, it's because Cthugha has changed shape yet again. Okay, don't have to censor anything yet. I suppose you could call her a literal cool beauty. A tall, beautiful woman, standing straight as an arrow. Her body lithe and strong like a well-forged blade. Her piercing eyes shine coldly behind her glasses. As a woman, she's slender, well-endowed. Same thing as with At-l-nacha, but maybe the original isn't fond of her own body. Her piercing cold eyes glimmer behind her glasses, not seeming to care about the slightly perverted way I'm eyeing at her. I feel a powerful magic pressure on my soul. Ugh, I knew the page monsters were getting stronger. Cthugha takes a step closer. Frost falls from her body to the floor. Unable to bear the pressure, I take a step back. Cthugha steps closer again, and I retreat again. One step closer, one step back. This repeats until my back hits a wall. Shit. Where the hell am I, anyway? It looks like an ancient stone hallway. The halls are flat like shadows, and one side is lined with large windows. The light shining through the windows is much too white and clear. Instead of dispelling the darkness, it only creates a contrast between white and black. A monochrome world. Was there a place like this in Arkham? This retro design, is it inside the clock tower? But no, something's wrong. The aura and atmosphere of the world are different. It's like I'm in a different world. Yeah, common sense doesn't work against these guys. It's blindingly obvious that I'm in a real bad spot. Cthugha smiles coldly. The smile, seeming to somehow signify death, sends a shiver up my spine. And yet despite that, I also find it terribly alluring. Cthugha approaches at a leisurely pace. As she gets closer, the air becomes so cold that it burns. She reaches out slowly with her frozen right hand. Oh, this is bad. I leap to the side, but she saw that coming. Ah! I find that I can't move my legs as I attempt to jump. Looking down, I see that my shoes are frozen to the floor. Oh, shit, this is the second time I've made that mistake. Yeah! Cthugha's hand closes around my neck. She squeezes, her fingers digging into my throat. That's not the problem. It's a little hard to breathe, but it seems Cthugha wants to choke me. It doesn't seem that Cthugha wants to choke me or break my neck. The real problem is, I'm pretty sure I'm about to have to do a cut. The cold. All the heat leaves my body instantly. Oh hey, she's not feeling him up. Yay! The cold stabs or perhaps tears through my body. Her fingers glitter with frost, and a thin film of ice is forming around my neck. This extreme temperature, I don't think it's possible to survive it. Strangely enough, my body isn't dead yet. But I can feel her cold energy invading every corner of my body, turning my flesh into something utterly inhuman. Something not of this world. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I am not going to become one of these monsters. Ugh! I try to grab Cthugha's arm, but my hands are so numb they won't move. I can't even feel my arms. This is really bad. Cthugha brings her face closer and sticks her tongue out and rubs it along my lips. The coldness makes my lips numb. Her tongue parts my lips and invades my mouth. A deep, sensual kiss with her tongue wrapped around mine. A blizzard rages inside my body and it feels like I've been frozen to the core. My consciousness fades. This is bad. And just before everything turns black, heat suddenly surges from deep inside me, blasting away the cold, and in an instant my entire body has been freed from the effects of the freezing energy. Cthugha yanks her hand away as though she's been burned. I collapse to the floor and take a deep breath. What just happened? What saved me? The air at the far end of the corridor shimmers like a mirage. Some other entity is approaching, its aura of heat a stark contrast to Cthugha's aura of cold. Cthugha and I turn that way. A radiant light fills the shadow-like world. A beast appears from the darkness, its body wreathed in white flame. Is this Cthugha? It's Cthugha in its beast form. It's smaller though, and less blinding. And also isn't melting the walls with its heat. But there's no mistaking this aura of power. It's definitely Cthugha. Why is it here? I recall what had happened a little earlier. Oh yeah. The magic gun. Could Cthugha have been released when that went berserk? Kurou. The roar shakes the corridor, its voice like that of no creature on earth. The blazing creature glares menacingly at Cthugha. Cthugha is stiff with caution. But Cthugha and Cthugha, huh? Things just seem to keep getting worse and worse. But it must have been Cthugha's power that freed me from the cold. So why would Cthugha help me? Perhaps realizing that she's at a disadvantage, Cthugha tries to turn and flee, but Cthugha is faster. Hayoo! Cthugha's escape route is suddenly cut off by a blazing inferno. A wall of fire fills the width of the corridor, and her cool expression changes to one of uneasiness. And before Cthugha can do something else, the beast charges her. It rushes to Cthugha instantly, waves of flame trailing behind it, and Cthugha flies past me, just barely missing. The heat raising from its body makes me sweat profusely. Nyah! A roar. The flaming beast kicks from the floor silently and flies. It tosses its giant body onto the Cthugha. Ah! It pushes Cthugha to the floor and pins her down, and the woman thrashes underneath Cthugha. The pitiful victim is engulfed in white fire, and the flame surges into a raging tornado of immolation that consumes both beast and woman. Ah! Cthugha's cries are drowned out by the roaring of the burning tornado, and the two page monsters disappear in the white inferno. What the hell? I'm completely lost here, unable to do anything but watch in amazement. After staring for a while, I see a human shape rising slowly inside the conflagration. Huh? The person that emerges from the flames is not Cthugha. It's yet another tall woman, this one followed by several floating spheres of light. The clothes she wears over her dark skin seem to emphasize aggressiveness. In fact, they look not unlike a military uniform. And her large breasts assert themselves, pushing her clothes out. Yeah, I think I've figured this out. Checking the aura of power should have made it clear. Huh. She looks at me, her eyes burning with passion. The flaming spears around her brighten and dim as though responding to her fluctuating emotions. Cthugha, isn't it? You noticed, my master. I was right. But what surprised me was that Cthugha, in woman form, talked. That was a little too unexpected. Why the surprise? I too am a part of Al-Azif. I merely constructed a personality based on Mother's spirit. Mother... Oh, you mean Al? Correct. You are the man Mother chose as her master. I was interested, so I decided to speak to you. However, how can you be Al-Azif's master if you are so easily defeated by a mere fragment? She speaks provocatively, and her mouth curls up in a condescending smile. Leave me alone. You were in extreme danger before I saved you. As my sister was created according to Cthugha's divine power, it is only natural that her behaviour will be affected by the god's nature. You were almost made into a Wendigo. Ugh. Which meant I was on my way to becoming a cannibal. You're inexperienced, but because of that I was able to split off from Mother and gain my own will. Now I can do as I wish. What did you say? Cthugha responds to my glaring with cold, although it's strange to say that a being of fire is cold. Laughter. Getting angry won't help you in the least. Besides, you can't suppress Cthugha's power even with Mother's help. I have no words. I'm just getting mad here, and I almost feel sorry for myself. Why did you help me? What are you going to do with me? Well, I hadn't thought about that. She tilts her head and thinks. And that makes her look far younger than her physical appearance. Eventually, mischievous eyes look at me judgingly. Should I fry you first, or eat you alive? Fear sends a terrible chill down my spine. I break out in cold sweat despite being in this heat. I can't die here. I try to get up and distance myself from Cthugha. Didn't you see earlier? There's no use in running. Shut up. Don't think everything will go your way. I come out strong, but I have no plans. This is a terrible situation. If only Al were here. Shit! The hallway opposite Cthugha is consumed in flames. There's absolutely no escape. There's no use. And over here... The chill makes me turn that way. Where Cthugha was lying burnt, the fire is extinguished already. And there stands an unharmed Cthugha, smiling coldly. Why? Even though we're split now, we were as one. I would not destroy my sister. There was something else I burned. Something else? You didn't notice? Well, you're like the last mistress. There was another magic entity interfering with Cthugha earlier. Somebody had control over her. I only burnt that spell out. Someone interfering? Well, that seems to me like a reasonable point to end this part, so I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.